Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. It's Linda and Elaine from Sierra Sewing, Quilting, and Vacuums in Reno and Carson City, Nevada. We're going to start right off to tell you that we have a little bit of technical difficulties because we don't have our microphones. Let me know if you can hear us or can't hear us, one or the other. We're on a phone camera, which I think, how's it working, Jared? Is it still working?
They will be able to hear you perfectly fine. It's like I explained
hear
to
us?
Elaine. Just imagine any video you took of your kids or grandkids.
Yeah.
But that audio is still pretty good.
Yes, it's so it's
Well,
a
and I'm
little
kinda loud,
different,
so.
but we are here. We're here to show you a couple of new lines of fabric that we have.
Yeah, some beautiful
new
lines,
Mickey
really.
kits, yes,
And a special announcement later, so don't go anywhere.
Yes, but Jared has a special announcement. And 15% off of everything that we are showing you today from right this very moment to 9 o'clock tomorrow morning for 24 hours, no matter what time of the day or night that you shop.
Or watch us, because it
Yes.
doesn't matter. You don't have to be watching us live.
And to get to our website, you just go to sierrasewing.com, you go to our live sales, and a picture of Elaine and I, or you can just click right on right here. It's right
We
below
will
us.
have a link posted.
Yes,
Yep.
we have a link posted. And our phone number is also there, or no? Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yep,
don't
right below
know.
us.
I don't know what's going on since we have a little bit of
Yeah, that
change.
part doesn't change.
Yeah. So share with us. I'll let you to explain about the sharing.
So yes, one of the best things all of you can do to share the love of us and support us is by hearting our videos and sharing our videos. And the one great thing with sharing our videos is that it lets all of your friends and family across everywhere in the country
Get to join in on the savings.
Yeah, they get to join in, see what we're doing, see what kind of great products that we have to offer, and that just is such a wonderful way to help us. So we really appreciate that.
So if you have any questions or comments whenever you watch us within the next 24 hours, please put them on there. Right now, live, Jared is there and Carrie's here to answer any questions that you might have. So please ask questions.
Yeah.
Give suggestions.
Suggestions. We
comments.
love suggestions.
All right, let's get
absolutely.
going here.
All right. Let's start with behind us.
us.
Yeah. So we got in some really beautiful new Shannon Minky kits. I know we have a lot of Shannon Cuddle Kit lovers out there. This one we had to hang up because it was just so pretty. Beautiful daisies. It has, I'm sure the color is a little bit more on the lavender and a minty teal side. What's nice about this one is that it is a different texture. So you've got a little bit more of the flatter minky for the print and the fluffy minky for the lavender, and then even this one is a little bit different texture for the minty teal.
I was just going to say, this to me is a little bit of touch of spring. Now, Groundhog Day is
that's right, that's coming up, isn't it?
second, yes. So I want to hear your
That's
predictions.
next week.
Yes.
Isn't it? Oh my gosh.
It's before next Wednesday.
Oh wow.
So I want to hear your predictions. Is the groundhog going to say 6 more weeks? Or
early spring.
is just around the corner, yeah.
Early spring. We've had no snow.
Your early spring, what do you
Sad.
say?
I'm gonna say we're gonna have a late winter.
A late winter.
I think we'll have a late winter. I think we'll have.
So you think he's going to go back in?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
I think he's going to stay out. And he's going to say it's springtime. Even though here in Reno, Nevada, it seems like it's been spring all winter.
It's beautiful. It's been really sunny skies, but cold.
We got a little bit of snow this
It's been a little cold.
last few days, but really no, not a lot of snow. So tell me what you think. What do you think, Carrie? We need your opinion.
I think it's going to be an early spring.
Okay, it's 3 against
Against
1.
one. That's okay.
All right.
I'm not
let's
a very
see.
good predictor, so
Are you
that's
going to
okay.
support Elaine here, or what do you think it's going to be? So, anyways,
Yeah. Now we do have two.
Well,
wait.
we'll do those later.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got
So
it.
this one, the one thing that we didn't.
Oh, the size.
Yeah. So the size of this one is a 58 by 68.
A nice throw size.
Yes, and this does not, make it very clear, does not include the backing.
Yeah. Any that are this size
Yes.
never include the back.
So-
but
and
they
we-
do have the binding.
They do, and we have tons of Shannon fabric to pick from for your backing. So what's really fun is that the back of these boxes, if hopefully I got that in the right spot. Jared, I get it in a good spot?
Yep.
So you can see the colors that they suggest of course you can do whatever the heck you want to do.
Yep.
But those ones are the suggestions for the backing for this one. And this one's called Daisy Delight. So, and it's cute.
15% off.
Yeah, and we have the package batting that you're gonna want to put right in the center of that. Because I know a lot of people kind of question, do you really need to have the batting? Does it make a difference? Like it really does.
It does. And our teacher, Sue, who puts them together, says it's much easier to get them together well
With having that
with
batting.
having the batting.
And for our locals that come in, the batting's actually in here. If you feel our
In our
samples,
samples,
in our
yes.
samples,
In our
you can
samples,
feel it.
they
There
all
is a
have the batting.
difference.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So let's
Wanna hit
go
this
over-
one?
Yeah.
So we got a new line of fabric by Moda. It's called Sandalwood. It's gorgeous.
Mhm.
Talk about, a little touch of spring here.
A little
I guess we're gonna
spring.
try and bring it on.
Yes.
So this one, we're just gonna show you a handful of these beauties. This one I thought was just really, really pretty. I love the deep teal color that is in here with all of the browns and the peaches. It's really pretty.
I think we
Which
should
one are you gonna
show-
grab?
Well, I mean, that is what I consider one of the mains. Let's grab all the mains and the different shades.
Sure.
This is the same as what Elaine just showed, only it's in a medium dark blue. It's a dark blue, but it's not dark dark.
It has that little teal, it has a bit of a teal touch to it. So there's more of that minty,
And that's the same as the last two we showed again,
and just
only in this minty shade.
these are actually directional, so I just wanted to give that little bit of FYI. So here's more of a peachy pink,
I love
One.
that one. I mean,
and then the one that has a background of more of a gray tone.
gray tone, yeah. And
It's
that's
really pretty.
And the blenders will lend into all of them.
Well, and we even
You can
brought
see
in a
this
couple
is-
of the wide backs
Uh-huh.
of this collection.
This is a blender. You can see it has the blue and it has the peachy color in it, and it actually has, and the leaves is a little bit of a gray tone. So
A lot of these blenders just go
This one
mix
is a
and match
great
in.
great for a background. I see beautiful pillowcases and quilts to set up your bedroom set. These would just be, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're
And
really
it-
soft.
And speaking of pillowcases, if you like a larger print, this one would be really nice. A border.
Well, and within the collection, this would be great for your background. So, because it is so subtle.
Yes, that's a really.
So this is perfect for your background for whatever blocks that you want to put together. This is great for that, and that way you just stay right in line with the whole collection. I'm gonna grab that one, and I'll grab the
And again, the one Elaine just showed,
Paisley.
it also comes in different colors. This one has almost a red, white, and blue feel to
It
it.
does, it does. So, and then I don't know about you, Linda, are you a Paisley fan?
Yes.
So
Yes.
there is a couple of colors in the Paisley. This is that peachy pink. There's even one that's real subtle, this one right here, kind of like taupey
Yes.
gray.
Yes. And that would be
A good background
That'd
also.
be a really good background also, because it is so subtle. Now, we did bring in, I'm gonna grab the vivid wide back, because I am a teal girl. So this one we did bring in is the wide back. This is 108 wide. So we do have this, so you can have your everything, your backing, your everything for one solid
And
collection.
the second choice for backing.
And
All
we
kinds of
also-
different flowers on there.
It's, well, and it does have that
Yeah.
mix of flowers. This is great if you're just a floral person, but not grandma.
no, not
Not grandma. And then we do also have the layer cake collection. So we have wonderful, it's just pretty. I just don't know what else to say.
And
It's
we
just really, really pretty.
We'll probably be cutting some jelly rolls. We cut a lot of our own
We
jelly rolls.
will be cutting jelly rolls. We'll be
Yeah.
having some, I'm going to be making some pillowcase kits. We're going to be making some inside out mat
Quarter
kits.
packs,
Yes. So there's going to be a lot of pre-cuts that are going to go with this once I get over there and start
Yes.
cutting away.
All right.
So that is the Sandalwood collection.
And
You want to show these? Because I know these are your favorite
this
little dudes.
reminded me of this line of fabric.
Oops.
I mean, Valentine's Day is right around the
I
corner.
know.
I
My
don't know.
gosh.
I can't remember. Have we shown these ones before?
You know
We
what?
had-
I think we talked about them
We had the
last Christmas ones, but maybe we didn't show these ones. I'm not
We-
100% sure.
If you bought the Christmas little nativity set,
And we sold out of those.
Yes, we sold out of those.
We
But
got
this
some
is
cute
along the
box.
same line with the same type of
Little sweet
material.
little ceramic.
Yes, ceramic. And they're 3 little stackables, and they say "I love you." Can they see those, Jared? Am I?
I mean, yeah, you can see them.
Here, I'll hold one up.
There you go. That's a little better.
There we go. I love you, and then they're also stackable.
You just can't bend
Just
your
like-
arm that way enough.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Cute little, just a little knickknack to have.
And
something.
they come in a really cute little box, so
Cute
when
little
when you
box.
want to store it away,
Mhm.
you won't lose them.
So if you want to get somebody that you love something for Valentine's Day, that's a cute
Something
little gift.
different.
I think we only have like 3 or 4 of them right
Yeah,
now.
we're pretty
so-
limited because we've been selling them out at the
Yeah.
register. So yeah, they're coming around.
Okay.
Most definitely.
So we're going to go on to our next line of fabric, which is the batik.
The plum bouquet.
Ah, this is a pretty purples, blues, and creams.
And some sage green.
With some sagey in it, yes.
Aren't they beautiful? So yes, for our batik fans, and we know you're out there because our batiks are absolutely stunning.
I love the leaf print on this one. This comes in the purple and the blue.
So I just showed you the one that had more of a green. This is very similar to the one that I just showed you, but has more purple than necessary. And the print on here is a little bit different. What is one of the best
Ooh,
things
let's
about
show these-
batiks?
Let's show those together, because this one has a little more
Isn't that
purple, but
gorgeous?
you can see how these all go together.
What is the one thing that you love about batiks?
I love that they're printed on both sides.
Exactly. You never can grab the wrong side of fabric when you're putting your pieces together. That
and
part
they
is the
and
best.
they sew. See, this is where, if you don't know batiks, I know a lot of you do. Have we gotten any responses on Groundhog Day?
Let's see.
Who's winning?
Barb says 6 more weeks of winter.
Oh,
Jean
6
says
more
more winter.
more winter.
That's
guess-
the only 2 winter responses.
I
we've
guess
got.
that depends on what part of the country you're from.
Well, so far we're equally 3 and 3.
Here we're gonna. I'm saying.
I think this one's my favorite one. I love this one. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's good. I like
And we have
this one,
pre-cuts
the
of
cream.
this line also. We have layer cakes and jelly rolls already ready to go.
Oh, let's show those to them so they can see kind of the whole line
Yeah,
with that
so
jelly
here,
roll
you know,
there.
The jelly
Yeah.
roll shows it really well. I actually like the way that these, when they package
Yeah,
them like
yeah.
this. So here's your plum bouquet.
You can see them better.
You can really see every single color on there. And just for anybody who is not familiar with jelly rolls, this one is 40 pieces, 2.5 inch wide by 44 inch, so you have the width of fabric, strips. So it is literally 2 pieces of each of the fabrics.
We
Right.
got 1 more winter and 1 more spring.
So we're still
Okay.
kind of even.
Yeah, we're even on the winter versus spring. Now, what I wanted to say about the jelly rolls that's important is, or the 2.5 inch strips, is be careful when you're buying them from different companies. Some of them have 40, some have 42.
Correct.
Some patterns require 40, some require 42. So just always be careful when you're buying. If you need 42, you just, buy a strip of the
When in
fabric.
doubt, buy 2.
Well, yeah, that also, or you can buy a little bit extra fabric if you need just 2 more strips. So here, how am I showing this, Jared?
That's good.
I'm
All
trying
right,
to-
he's focused on Elaine.
Oh,
There you go.
Bring it up. There you go.
so just trying to show you, this is the same fabric that the jelly roll has.
And what's the
And
beauty
it's-
about
It's 40. Oh, no, see, this says 42
It's
pieces.
42 pieces.
42 pieces. And I think what Elaine was just going to say, maybe not, but you can cut these down into 5 inch squares.
Yes.
And you get a whole lot of trunk
make
packs.
your charm packs.
Yes.
Absolutely. So it's
All right.
kind of, and everybody has a difference of opinion of pre-cuts. They either love them or they hate them. A lot of people don't know what to do
Yeah.
with pre-cuts, and we have an abundance of different types of patterns that you can use pre-cuts, and it's not only quilts. There's pre-cuts that are used pattern-wise for bags,
Yes.
for placemats,
Yes.
even for aprons. To be perfectly honest with you, I know a lot of people are like,
Yes.
you talk about pre-cuts for aprons. You can actually use one to make an apron, believe it or not.
Yeah. you can
So
make
yeah, there's a
anything
lot of
patchy.
really fun things you can do with pre-cuts. So
All right.
imagination run wild.
We're going to go back to our new Minky
Ooh,
kits.
yay!
And this is one.
This one is called Cuddlebug. This is a new one for our Ladybug fans. They've always had a Ladybug one, but this is a brand new one. And this is a 27 by 27, and it actually includes the backing.
Yes. Backing
So,
and binding.
You want to show the,
And
the
it
back
actually,
side?
and I don't know if we have this. We need to order this.
I don't really know, to be perfectly
Backing.
honest with you.
Yeah, we gotta get this backing in,
We'll
but
have to
except
check
that
it out.
it comes with it.
This one does
This
come.
one comes
yes.
with it.
This
so.
one comes with it. So this is a complete kit.
Yeah.
The only thing you need to get with these is your package of batting. Just an FYI, I know a lot of people, well, I shouldn't say no a lot of people. Some people don't know what type of needle you should use when it comes to your Minky and Cuddle fabric, and you should always use a ballpoint or stretch needle. That's really important. It does help punch through much easier. And we'll talk about the other product here in just a minute.
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
can show this.
And also, this one again is the same size.
Yes,
As the
27
Ladybug.
by 27, and includes the backing.
And I would call these, here's the backing. You can see it is small. I would be using this to, when you get in a car seat and it is cold inside, I would have this in my
Oh,
car
that'd be
to
perfect.
cover them up with. And the stroller is so scrunchable.
It is. And this one's called Deja Moo. I think it's a cute name.
And scrunch it up and it becomes a lovey. And this is the backing. Isn't that so cute, the cow print? And I believe we still, of course, this cow print does come in the kit,
Mhm.
but we do have the cow print.
We have
on
a
the
couple,
bolt
we
still.
actually have a couple different colors of cow print. There's even pink. There's a beautiful
Pink
tan.
cows.
Mm-hmm. It's cute. It's
So-
super cute.
We threw in a few things that will help you with your cuddle project
Yes.
making. You will need. Shannon always recommends the 505. Whoopsie. And we have two different sizes. This size is definitely for the Cuddle Maniac makers, and you're out there. You know, I know you make one, and then
Kinda
you
get sucked
realize
in.
you can. They're not that bad, and you make many of them.
And then
Or you make one for a grandchild. Once you've done one,
everybody wants
everybody wants one.
because they feel how soft it is.
Now, here, if you take a class here, we use the KK2000 because it is less toxic, and because we are in our room, even though we have a very large classroom here, and we can open doors. But this one is non-toxic.
no
This-
smell.
Yeah, no smell. I'm not saying this is toxic. It's definitely not toxic, but it has a stronger smell to it.
And when you have
Which
15
is-
people in a room spraying
Yes.
those, it gets a little
Yes,
overwhelming.
Exactly.
So that's
it's
why.
perfectly safe to use. It's just has a stronger smell to it. So.
And the biggest thing for anybody who hasn't used basting spray, whether it be for the cuddle kits, anything, I can't even talk today. Trying to remind you is that you don't have to hose down the product. You know,
Hose down.
you don't have to just spray and spray
Oh,
and spray
okay.
and spray
Yeah,
and
yeah.
spray.
Oh yes.
You just need,
Oh, my
you only
goodness.
need just a little bit. So
I had a gal come in, and she says, "I need another one." I know she had just done, and I said, "Well, didn't you just get one?" And she goes, "Yeah, but I used it on my one quilt."
oh yeah, too
I was
much.
going, oh no, just a very nice slice, and it does wash out.
It does.
It
It
washes
does.
out. So.
Karen just asked if you should use the polyester thread. I'm assuming with Minky,
Karen
is that what
asked-
you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
Karen asks, yes, these Minky kits are 100% polyester. The
batting that we
batting
offer
we suggest is 100% polyester. I would stay with the polyester thread, and to take care of it, low heat. Cool water to wash. low heat to dry.
And they do wash up beautifully. So
Oh, yeah.
they wash up
Yes.
absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Now, I like to put Minky on the back of my quilts.
Yes.
So
we do a lot of that here.
If you do that, you want to go ahead, because we were talking about the thread,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and use your cotton thread on that. That's what I use. What would you, Carrie, what would you suggest? I use cotton.
If it's cotton on the top and Minky on the bottom.
Go ahead, you can go
Cotton
ahead and use your
threads,
cotton thread.
Our thread expert is saying you can go ahead because it is a cotton on the top.
Mhm.
So. All right, we got a couple tools that's going to make life easier also for you.
Yes.
In your
so
Minky making.
we use, Sue definitely tells everybody one of her most important things that she uses for the kits when you're putting these together is a silver Sharpie, because you can mark the areas that you need to put it on and it won't show up even if you were to get it a little past the mark when you're sewing, you won't see it at all.
And it seems to work.
These ones work
with
really well.
every color of,
Mhm.
and believe you, she's done classes. We've had hundreds of people come through here.
Yeah.
to the
We
Minky
sell
classes,
out of
so-
these every single class.
Yes.
And we have a class upcoming, I think, in
Yes,
March.
We do.
So, yes.
Here in Reno. Okay, so the other item that I wanted to talk about is, you can hold these up.
Yeah, absolutely, because they come in different colors.
And this is called, what exactly?
Well,
is
they're
it?
calling it a tuck away.
Okay, and what it is it's blade. I'm going to bring this back out. And what you will want to do with your
Whoops.
Minky is you will be marking it on the back, like Elaine said, especially for these kits, because it's a quilt as you go, and you'll be marking on the back for any cutting line that you have. Because the kits do come in pieces and you do have to cut them down.
You have to trim them in.
Yes, you have to cut them down. And this little tuck away is what it's called, is actually a razor blade here. And if the Minky, if I can describe it, those of you who've done Minky, you know if you use that rotary cutter, it just fluffs everywhere.
Right.
And Minky is actually made where it has a piece of fabric on the back, and somehow, what's the word I need to use? Carrie, I can put Carrie on the spot when I don't know. When it's made, the Minky is into this piece of
The
fabric.
nap, like the nap.
A nap, yes. So if you use this on the back on your line and you cut just that piece of fabric, and it does work,
just
it's
pull it
just as
apart.
slick as can be. It just it pulls apart, and you're not touching any of the Minky itself,
Mhm.
and you're not making any fluff. These things are absolutely wonderful for that.
And those are kind of duo, because if you are a person who likes to cut, also your when you make a mistake when you're sewing,
Uh-huh.
you can also cut instead of using a seam ripper. You can
Yes,
you
yes,
can
you can use that.
you can
yes.
use these to rip out your seams instead of sitting there and trying to or
Mm-hmm.
drive these. You can just use it and just slice it on down.
You can.
Yep.
You can. And I think our last product today, because yesterday I was asking Sue where some things were, and she goes, "Oh, well, you're going to show the Bianni stiletto and pressing tool?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, should I?" She goes, "Yes, because she uses it." You can see a picture here. Is that picture showing up, Jared, of how you're using the point of the stiletto right in front of your foot? Because Minky will tend to kind of curl up. And if you
Yes,
use
the
this
thickness.
while you're sewing, you'll be able to hold it down. Do you need to this is wonderful for any fabrics, but Sue really suggests this in her classes. All right, so just want to remind you, 15% off of everything that we showed today, and we're going, I guess Jared's coming over here, right? Are you coming
Yes,
over
I
here,
am.
Jared?
Okay.
Because of our camera
Right. Well, I'm gonna step over here.
kabuncle. All right.
Yes, unfortunately, I left all my camera equipment. Where did I leave all my camera equipment?
In Carson City, because
Yes.
why is it all down there?
Well, we did our live down there last week, remember?
Yes,
And then because our Carson City store is open.
Open,
Yes.
yes.
So we opened up yesterday.
Give the
We're
address.
very, very excited. It's 2310. Oh, that reminds me, Carrie. Address is 2310 South Carson Street, Suite 7B. I did update it on Google, but Carrie, can you go back through the website on
yeah.
every single place that
The
you
little
can possibly find?
The little big things we forget.
Yeah, there's so much stuff.
There is.
And with that being said, that leads into my next thing. There are definitely some bumps in the road that we're still smoothing out. Like yesterday at 10 a.m., our phones didn't work.
phones.
So,
Well, in the
so
evening before the internet went out.
exactly.
So,
Before internet went
right
out.
as
So-
we were leaving, it was like, oh, great, we've had internet here just fine. And then
Yeah.
right before we leave the night before.
So there are
Goes out.
definitely still some bumps in the road that we are ironing out,
It
but
happens. It
we're
happens.
open. We're happy. Come down and see us. Yesterday it was pretty dang busy. We were very happy. Elaine was happily cutting. Well, I don't know if it was happily,
she
but
was-
I'd like to think it was happily
I was
cut
having a good
fabric all day.
As we call it, she was a cutting fool yesterday.
Yes.
She
Yes.
just
I was
never,
having fun.
she never stopped.
So if you see like the wrong address somewhere, we've moved. Okay, we're no longer on Topsy Lane. We're
Yes.
down on South Carson Street now.
Right.
It's in the same place as Ming's. Everybody seems
And
to know
just
Ming's.
just south of the
Train Museum.
Train museum,
Mhm.
same side street.
Right south of Fairview Drive.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, very excited for that. And with that, I am very excited about some machines that I was able to put onto the floor now that we have some more space in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it kind of goes without saying that I kind of really like long arms.
Oh,
It's a big piece of equipment, and I just kind of like them.
Mm-hmm.
I have a knack for them. They're just cool. So, with that being said, we're very excited that we were able to bring on Bernina Long Arms onto the floor in Carson City. So, I'm just going to spend our time today kind of talking through a quick rundown because I have to get back down to Carson today to help
Yeah.
Sue out. 'Cause
yes.
I don't, Sue, Terry, I don't know who's there in the morning, but I got to get down there kind of quickly to help them out.
Yes.
So we'll run through these. First things first is I'm going to talk about which machines are which. So as you see here, Bernina has three different sizes, 4 different models of long arms. And what is really cool about these long arms that I really like is aside from the specs of every single machine is the exact same. So your top speed is the same, your features on the machine are the same, every single thing on the machine are the same. So what you see here is you have the Q16, which is a 16-inch throat. You have the Plus and the 16, and we'll get into that. And then you have a Q20, which is a 20-inch throat, and a Q24, which is a 24-inch throat. Now again, every spec on those are the same. The one difference that you will have, and actually I'm not even going to get into that yet. And what is cool about these machines is every single one of these machines can go onto a frame, and every single one of these machines, with the exception of the Q24, can go onto a stationary table. So it's really nice because it just makes the line really easy to go through. It's not confusing as to what machine is what.
And some people, if you get what's a stationary, another word for it is a sit down.
Yeah, sit down, stationary. It's at a table, so it's not on a big old huge quilting frame because a lot of people get scared that it's like this massive thing and it's going to take up 30,000 square feet in their house. It doesn't have to. We have tables, and I'll go into the tables here that are like 30 by 30, so they're really small, smaller than even some of the tables we have in here.
Right.
So, really, really cool lineup of machines between those 4 machines. Now I guess I'll explain the difference between the 16 and 16 Plus, okay? So every one of those machines, like I said, can go onto a frame if you would like, okay? The only caveat is if you wanted to get an automated system. Now, what's an automated system?
Do you mean the computer?
Mhm.
So you can, you're not free motioning, you just push buttons. That's
Correct.
my way of quilting.
Yes, you can just,
Some of you ladies are very talented out there. I
Yes.
was not born with the talent to free motion. I'm so sorry.
Yes, but yes, so automated
Thank
quilting.
goodness they invented these computers so you can do edge to edge or
Yes. You can load in the entire quilt into the machine. So whether you want to do just an edge-to-edge design across the whole shebang, or you want to do custom block quilting,
blocks,
or in
yes.
this flower petal you want to do this, and this one you want to do
custom
this.
blocks are so cool.
Yes.
It's so
So automated quilting. So that's the only difference in that 16 and 16 Plus. So the Q16 is the basic version of the Q16s. Q16 Plus is obviously the Plus version. And the only difference between those two is that the Q16, despite its ability to go onto a frame, can never be automated, no matter what. It just has a different board inside of there. They don't have a kit for us to replace those boards and make it into an automated machine.
So whether it's on a frame or on a sit down, it's always going to be
It's always free motion.
human controlled.
Yes, always free motion. But the 16 Plus, the Q20, and the Q24, every single one of those you can automate when it's on a frame. So really, really nice to have those lineup of machines. I forgot to mention, there's a lot of people in the comments here just saying how much they love the new Carson store. So
Oh, thank
that
you.
just says
Thank
come
you.
down and
It was-
see the new store.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, and all of it was so worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Yeah. So happy.
All right, so then going next into the frames of Bernina's. So the Bernina has 3 frames right now. We have the one that I'm going to show you in just a second, which is the Pro frame, the Big Daddy. They have the Studio frame, which is their it's a really nice frame, but it's a step down from the Pro frame. And then they have a hooping frame, which we don't have on the floor, but it's a really nice size, and you'll kind of get the view of it from our Studio frame that we have on the floor down there. So the very first one that we have that I'm going to show you here is the Pro frame. So the Pro frame can take either the Q24 or the Q20 machine, so the 2 biggest machines. And then this frame, you can get it in 3 different lengths. You can get it 9 foot, 11 foot, or 13 feet. And I will tell you, this frame is a beast. It's a very big.
You have to go by and see it. What size do we have set up then?
I have an 11 foot, so the
Okay.
middle size set up on the floor right now. And you can get a lot of different accessories, and I have pretty much every single one on the frame on my floor. So you can get a hydraulic lift system, which you can raise and lower the table all on a touch of a button. Casters, you name it. You know, extra shelves, extra batting bars, stuff on the machine, so on and so forth. So
And they can pick and choose.
yes.
It's a la carte.
So this
you want?
is their big mamba. You know, it's if you get that 13-foot frame, you can do pretty much almost every single quilt out there, unless you're doing oversized king stuff like that. But a very, very big, also don't have to be big with that 9-foot frame, but a very, very sturdy and solid frame. So we've got ours set up on the floor down in Carson City, like Linda said, an 11-foot frame. We have a Q24 on there, and I have Q-Matic set up on there. So you can see every single aspect of that Pro frame with the Q-Matic and a big machine on there. And again, you can put the Q20 on there as well too. So going into their next frame is the Studio frame. So the Studio frame is what you have 2 options in this one. You have either a 5-foot or a 10-foot frame. And I do like this frame because even though it is kind of their step down budget friendly option from the Pro frame, this thing is still beefy. The bars on there are really thick 3-inch bars. They're heavy.
They didn't make it cheaper.
Yeah,
They did
exactly.
not, quality-wise.
It's a really, really nice frame. So I have this one set up at, you can either do 5-foot or 10-foot. I have it set up in a 5-foot frame just because of space issues, but it's the exact same thing as a 10-foot, it's just 5 feet shorter. And then I also have a Q16 on that frame as well too. So you kind of, with the frame setups that I have, you can see how big you want to go and also how small of a space you can take up on just a 5-foot frame with a smaller machine on there.
Yeah.
So I don't have a 20 on a frame, but I think you can get the picture between the 2 of them, between the stuff that I have on there. And then, like I said, there's that one other frame, the hooping frame, which is also a 5-foot frame, so it's going to be about the same size as that Studio frame. But what's really nice about that hooping frame is you can still do a king-size quilt on that 5-foot frame. It's just a different way of how you load it on there, how that works.
And we will teach you that.
Absolutely.
We will teach you how
Yeah.
that's done.
Yeah.
And be quiet.
And then, last but not least, I'm going to screen share here to go through all the stationary machines. So let me pull that up. There we go. Yes. Why do you always come up? I want you to click allow for 1 month every time, and it comes up every week, no matter what. All right. So Q-Series stationary machines in the cabinets. Now, the only other side of the stationary machines is that you cannot put a Q24, the biggest machine, onto a stationary cabinet, just because it's just too big of a machine. Not really a need for a 24-inch machine on a
Yeah.
table, and it's just too big for them to make it safely without making the table the size of your kitchen table, right? So they kind of gave up on that one. But with the 20, the 16, and 16 Plus on there, you've got a plethora of different options. So this is just Bernina's catalog of what they have going on. Now the horn lift table, I've got one of these down on the floor right now. this is a really cool table because it has an electric lift system on there. So just like that Pro frame, it can go up and down with the touch of a button. So if you want to stand and quilt, sit
Yeah,
and
some
quilt,
people like
whatever
to
you
stand
want to
and
do.
quilt.
Mm-hmm.
How many people out there stand and quilt? I can't do that. Well, I mean, I sit down.
I think
Some
I
people
could do.
do.
I could stand and quilt.
I would
Yeah.
like to.
Yeah,
I think most people love it to lift it to get the bottom case out.
that's too.
Ah.
Yeah, Carrie has her lazy thing of the day. I'm gonna lift
Her
my
lazy
whole
thing of the
table
day.
just to pull the bobbin case out of
Who
the
else does
machine.
it? Please tell us Carrie's not the only one that does that.
I agree, though. I'm not against that. Beats bending over and getting on your knees. Okay, so going on through the horn standard table. So not the horn standard table, the lift table. So I think you guys can see my mouse on here. But these two leaves on the front are additional add-ons. But these two leaves on the side come with the table. So this one right now is set up with a Q20 on that machine, I think. And you can either put a Q16 or a Q20 on there. It's just a different insert that gets put on. It comes out of the box with everything you need for either machine. But really nice table because you have these arms, these legs, or not arms, leaves. Leaves that fold up on either side of the table that makes it nice and big for when you're doing a project. And then they fold down here when you don't need them. Comes with casters, adjustable height from 29 inches to 42 inches. It's a really, really, really nice sturdy table. I like it a lot. And so I've got one of those set up on the floor right now with a Q16 on there. So it shows you a nice, respectable machine on there. Horn standard table. So this is kind of the non-adjustable from Horn for their standard table. Very similar
So it
to
does not
the
go
lift
up
table.
and down, right?
Correct.
It does not go up.
It's pretty much the same as the lift table, but the only difference is it's not lifting. But you see how we have the leaves on the side and you can get the add-on pieces on the front. So it's pretty much about the same as that. It's just stuck
It's
at that
adjustable, though?
29 inches. It's not adjustable at all.
No height at all.
No height adjustment at all. All right, and then going on to the Q Series lift table. I did not put one of these on there just because I tend to like the Horn table a little bit more, and it's pretty much the Horn's a little bit better price as well too. But I could certainly have one or order one in for you. So the difference on this one is that you don't have drawers in it, but you have some cubby slots that you can put. You can see these little plexiglass pieces right next to the machine that you can take off, and then you have storage buckets per se down inside of there. So I think the Horn table has a little bit more use with those drawers on there than the lift table, but hey, to each their own, right?
That's right. We
And
all have our preferences.
absolutely. And then last but not least is the adjustable foldable table. Now I have these in stock, but I do not have one on the floor. But what's really cool about this one is that it is very easy to store. So this one you can see, you can either put the Q16 or the Q20 on there. That's great for small, and it is height adjustable from 28 inches, 30 inches, and 32 inches. So you have a little bit of adjustment on there, but not a ton, okay? And then it folds down really, really skinny. So this picture that you see right here, basically what happens is these legs fold together just like a sawhorse would. And then your table leaves fold down, and then as it says here, it is only 9 inches wide. So if you got that kind of weird,
Storage.
awkward little slot somewhere in your house that we all have, you could just slip it right in there, and nice storage for that. So it's a really nice,
Without having to lift the machine.
correct, yes. I definitely recommend taking the machine off though, because it's,
Oh, you can.
yeah, it's way too skinny at that point. And of course, some great accessories. Bernina chair we have on the floor.
Yeah,
That thing
nice.
is nice. It is comfortable.
Yeah.
Man chair.
Yes. Ruler kits, gripper
It
rings.
snuggles
So,
you.
yeah, that Bernina chair is really nice. So, going back just to kind of recap everything, we are, oops, let me get rid of stuff. There we go. So we're very excited to have these Berninas down on the floor. Every single one of them has the Bernina stitch regulator, the BSR built into the machine. They have 2 of them, so they have really, really, really good stitch regulation on them. So stitch regulation, Remind me what stitch regulation is.
And stitch regulation
Yes,
Is-
stitch regulation.
is to be able to have each of the stitches coming out
Perfect.
perfectly.
Exactly. So each stitch is going to be the same length. So you
Yeah.
can set that
We
to
need
10
all the
stitches
help
per
we
inch,
can get.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really nice to have that in that stationery because it's just really easy to do. But give you good quality quilting. So every single one of them, for every single model, has those BSRs on there, and you can turn them off if you want. If you just want to be, you're the gas pedal on the machine at that point, basically. But really nice, high quality machines. We love them. We're very excited to have them down there.
And Carrie's had thorough training on them. She will be down there today, right? Carrie, you going down today? She's going to be training both Sue and Terry also back down there on them. And again, all that Bernina product is down in our Carson City store, but up here we do have long arms. In
Absolutely.
Reno
We've got our
also,
handy quilter
we
long
have our
arms
handy
up here.
quilters up here. So take
We
a
got
look
pretty
at
much
everything.
that between those two brands gives
Yes.
you 95% of the market that is sold
And-
in long arms that are
yes,
out there.
Yes, yes.
So there are absolutely other brands out there, but
These are the ones.
this is 95% of the
That-
market for a good reason.
Yes, yes. All right.
So, all right. Well, that is it from us, guys. We hope to see you down in our Carson City store very soon here, and of course up in Reno. Other than that,
That's it.
that's it.
Other than watch for that groundhog. It'll
Absolutely.
be interesting to see.
Right? All right. Well, thank you guys very much, and we'll see you guys all next week.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Bye bye.